What is going on? I am Stephen Taylor, and we are going to talk about the K cluster crashes. I am so pumped about these things. Anytime there's an extension to the K lineup, I'm always excited about it, but particularly with this one because I was able to play an early prototype of these and I immediately loved them. Now, what sets these apart is obviously their cluster crashes, right? And that's that cluster hammering on them. And I have, Zildjian's been using this for the past few years on quite a number of cymbals. As a matter of fact, I've got a Constantinople here that is a 22-inch Renaissance, and this has the cluster hammering. This was the first cymbal I came across that had that hammering pattern, and I love it. Also, I have a Sweet Ride that has that same cluster hammering on it, the 22-inch. And so whenever I was able to play the prototypes with the cluster hammering and the crashes, I was just floored because I love what it does to the cymbal. Now, they're gonna be a little bit thinner than many of the other cymbals, so I'll just take one off here and you can actually see how thin that is. And whenever I'm playing them, you get some really beautiful movement out of those cymbals, especially the 20-inch. Now these come in a 16-inch, comes in an 18-inch, and then the 20-inch K cluster crashes. And I've been using them on the gig, mixing them with my K darks, mixing them with my K sweets, and they mix in beautifully. Now again, we have that cluster hammer pattern, and I'll take this back off here so that you can see on the underside here, you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of those cluster hammer patterns on there. And what that's going to do is that's going to dirty up that cymbal a little bit. So very similar to what the EFXs would be, but without having to punch a hole into the cymbal. Okay, so you're going to get a crunchier sound, a little bit more of a trashier sound that mixes with the K lineup, and to me has more of a sustain to it whenever you play it. So let me go through and just play these. Now you will also notice that they have the unlathed bells, just like the K Sweets, all right? And then the bell on the 18 and the 20-inch is much more prominent to my eyes than it is on the 16-inch. And so just, you know, a little bit more information there. But let me play these for you and let you hear what they sound like. Now, I always come back to this. Cymbals are all about you being able to put your own personality on the drum kit. That's why there are so many options in the Zildjian lineup, is because they are very adamant that you are a unique individual, you have a unique sound, and you should be able to express that sound on the drums. And the K cluster crashes are just another tool and another resource for us as drummers to be able to express ourselves better on the drum set.